$10 on Ocean.
The camera's also rolling, so
That's cool. It could roll. I'm winning this game.
What's good, y'all? My name is Koso, and welcome to another episode of Get to Know, where we bring on a wide variety of guests and have conversations with them to get to know them on a more personal level. And today's guest is a rapper from Prince George's County by the name of O Slice, whose list of accolades is so long that if I try to run through them all, we'd be here all day. But aside from being a very talented MC, she's also an avid gamer. So today, we're gonna be chopping it up while playing one of her favorite games, Madden. I'm a little bit nervous because she's actually really good, and I was talking a lot of trash leading up to it. So I'm gonna try to keep the score respectful, but we're gonna see what happens. Y'all heard that laugh. But yeah, we're gonna see what happens. I think I'm gonna surprise her.
Go back, make sure you're on like all Madden.
I'm on.
Okay, cool.
What's all this stuff you're doing?
No, just, you know.
Yeah, your swag, right?
Yeah, we gotta make sure my outfit look good.
Okay.
All right.
But while we wait for this game to load,
Okay.
what got you started playing Madden? Like, how did you get into video games?
I think I started playing video games with my dad, actually. I think he got me the PlayStation 1, and I remember playing Mortal Kombat.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, I never stopped. Like, I've had every PlayStation since. I've had a bunch of handheld games. It's just something really relaxing to do. And I'm super competitive, so I think it just kind of matches up with my personality type.
Makes sense. How did you land on Madden? Is this like your favorite game, or like what's your top 5 favorite games?
So I've been playing Madden like consistently for like the last 3 years. I was never actually a big Madden fan. I used to like 2K a lot more, and I think I just got bored with 2K. Like I felt like I did everything on there that I could have done, and then I just started. I started playing Madden with my producer. So he had Madden on like Xbox, and he's like super quiet, like 99% of the time, but then when we play Madden, he likes to talk a lot. And he was talking a lot of trash, too much trash for my liking, so then I started like practice. Yeah, no, he was getting me initially. It was an Xbox, I played PlayStation, so then I bought the game, and then now he's quiet again.
All right, then I'm gonna ask you a question after every big play.
Okay, is it about to be a big play?
Yeah.
Okay. A screen is a big play? Yo, you really about to have me cracking up on here. Please don't.
Show me. Yo, is gaming something that you're gonna incorporate more into like your list of content options?
So, funny enough, I actually didn't really plan on like it becoming a thing. I just think that I just like posting when I play. So people started paying attention and people started challenging me. So I think it could be something cool to incorporate.
Yeah. No, finish answering the question.
No. I think it could be something cool to incorporate. Like people just like kept challenging me and thinking that they would do better for some reason. So it just became like a cool thing to interact with like my fans and stuff. But I'd be down to make it content. I just like doing it, honestly. Like I play very, very often. Every other day, if not every day.
Anyways, what is your dream team? Starting quarterback, running back, you get 2 wide receivers and a tight end.
Okay, so I'm not one of those people that pretends like they know like the whole history of football. I really started watching around middle school, and I'm very like my team focused. But if I had to pick a team of like current players, I would definitely do Patrick Mahomes, Stephon Diggs, Tyreek Hill, Travis Kelce, and running back I would do Derrick Henry. Alvin Kamara.
He's tough.
Or Derrick Henry. That's a hard decision.
For speed, Alvin Kamara. But like if you just want to bruise your back,
because I feel like I already got speed with the receivers, you know, like.
But if you want to be like elite athlete, Alvin Kamara.
I might do Alvin Kamara then.
Yeah, because you got Travis Kelce at tight end.
That'd be mine. I want to say Terry McLaurin just because I love him so much, but I really would have to choose like Hill over him.
All right, so as an artist, what is the one athlete you feel like you could compare yourself to, either basketball or football?
Okay, so the boring answer would be LeBron, because who wouldn't, you know?
Yeah.
Greatness, and you know, I just feel like LeBron has always had like, he's known what he was going to be for a long time, and I feel like I can relate to that.
I like that.
and even just past that, but just trying to be like more than an athlete or more than whatever your medium is, and trying to like impact the world on a larger scale. So I really like LeBron for those reasons, and I feel like I can relate to them. But like my other answer would actually be prior to the boxing match, Nate Robinson. And that's just because I felt like he just kind of stepped up to every challenge. There's no reason why a man that tall was ever in the NBA.
Yeah.
And not only was he in the NBA, but like he won the dunk contest, you know, like
Yeah,
more
hard.
than once, you know. And I felt like that was always really inspiring to me, just like not really using your circumstance as an excuse. So I feel like there's a lot of reasons why realistically I shouldn't or couldn't be a rapper, but here I am. So I like Nate Robinson. I wish he didn't get knocked out.
But life happens. And you mentioned other mediums that you're interested in. What are some of those?
I really like cinematography. I like directing videos. I like drawing. I like painting. I like fashion. I like all things art, honestly. And I think I like poetry. But yeah, I like a bunch of different mediums. I feel like I'm using music as a vehicle to get to other things.
Facts.
And that's like my true love. But at the end of the day, like I definitely want to branch out.
Because your visuals have been going viral every time you post them on Twitter, getting nice little looks.
You know.
So are you responsible solely for directing those, or do you have a team that you work with?
So it's me and 24/7, and we like come together on the ideas that I have and execute. So it's like really like a lot of the stuff that like when I come up with music, I always have a idea in my mind for the visual because I'm imagining it as I'm writing it.
All right, so what have you been working on since quarantine started?
I've been working on a bunch of different things. It's been a whole year.
Really?
So I've been working on being comfortable releasing music. That's been my biggest thing. That's been my biggest thing. Like even beyond just working on music, I feel like I'm always working on music. So like I'm just working on being comfortable letting go. My team has been like a really big part of that because like they're kind of sick of me, honestly. Because they get to hear all the stuff that I make and they get to like see all of my cool ideas. And it's not that I don't want to release it, it's just like I often feel like it's not ready or it's not up to what I would ideally want to do. But they kind of just like reassure me. Beyond that, I'm working on a lot more visuals. Some of the stuff that I put out during quarantine was stuff I already had like in the tuck. And I think that was also a part of like getting comfortable letting stuff go, because it's like the Blue Room video that went stupid viral. Yeah. I just had that. Like I didn't.
Always like that was just done before quarantine started.
It was done way before quarantine. Like it was. I made that July the year before, and I just like had it.
Why? And like why would you just hold on to that?
I don't know. It's just I make stuff and then make
more
stuff.
Like you're an over perfectionist to a fault.
To a crazy degree. Like I make something and it's like, because I told you when I like first come up with an idea, I almost think about the whole idea at the beginning. So whenever I finish it, if it's not exactly how that whole idea was, it's like, all right, whatever. And then somebody else sees it and they're like,
what are you talking about? Like literally, didn't that same video get, no, that was your other freestyle, but one of your visuals got a look from like Sweetie.
Yeah, that was the freestyle video. Yeah, so that video had crazy. Like 300,000 views and stuff. I was like, wow, like, I just released it on a Tuesday. It wasn't really like wasn't no rollout for it or nothing. So it just kind of has me like in more of the mentality where it's like, I can't keep judging stuff by my standards solely. You know, I have to like give it room for the audience to interpret, give it room for like people to enjoy it. Because then what really happens is after like a year or two, stuff starts feeling old to me. So it's like now I'm really just like whatever. But like I said, I have to give my audience the grace to accept it and to enjoy it themselves. So I'm getting better at that. That's why Sweet came out, because Sweet wasn't gonna come out either.
Does seeing like the artist reaction help you in just letting stuff go, even if you feel like, oh, this wasn't good enough? You could look back and say, well, I thought like your NPR concert you did, you were like, oh, I was holding on to that for like a year, but then you saw people's reactions. So
first, I don't think that my stuff isn't good enough. That's not what it is at all. I think that the stuff that I make is great. It's just that I personally like, I'm just always thinking about the bigger and better thing. So it's like, yeah, I might think this is good, but it's like, because I'm already having this cool, fresh idea, it's like, I just kind of let that be. So I think that getting to see people's reaction to the stuff that I've already like kind of not forgotten about, but moved on past was really nice. because the reception to Sweet has been amazing. Like,
Is that singing for the first time on track?
that's the first time I guess my audience has heard it. But low key, if you look back on my work, I've been singing. Like, I don't think people notice because it's like maybe it's just a hook or like a little harmonizing in the background. So I think this is the first time where like I sang more than I rapped.
Yeah.
That's why I think it kind of stood out. But like 10 Toes, I'm on the hook. You know what I'm saying? 8 a.m. I'm on the hook. But I think this is the first time where my audience is really getting to like identify it. But low key, like I wanted to be a singer before I wanted to be a rapper. Like that's a fun fact.
And
But
we'll stop that.
I realized I was a better rapper.
Fair enough. I was gonna say, because you sing a lot more live.
I do.
There's a lot of songs that you have that you sing on, but you haven't released.
And I think that that's what it is. Like I feel like there's a gap between my online fans and like my like in-person fans. Because if you go to a show, you're gonna hear me sing.
Yeah.
And if you hear me online, like I did nothing but like rap my ass off.
Rapping.
So I'm trying to like close that gap because that's a really good point. I sing at all my shows.
Yeah. What has quarantine taught you about yourself?
What has quarantine taught me about myself?
Yeah.
Quarantine has taught me, well, it's been a lot, like honestly, because we can talk about it from just like a artistic standpoint. We can talk about it from a life standpoint. To keep it light, I'm gonna talk about it from an artistic standpoint.
Okay.
And I think that it has just kind of taught me to get out of my own way. I think that, like I said, back to the like the whole perfectionism type of thing. It's like, yeah, that's cute and all when you got like a budget. That's cute when you have like, you know, all the parts that you need to really get that done. But in the meantime, it's like you still got to do something. So trying to like wait till everything is like absolutely right or absolutely like at its best, you kind of just hindering yourself to a certain degree. So. So that's what I kind of realized. So it's like, you know, just trying to make sure that like the things that I'm doing are, you know, up to par with what I want to do artistically, but at the same time, like still like continuing to make progress. Like progress over perfection is one thing that I learned. And what else? Quarantine has been a super, super long time.
It has, a year almost.
I've also learned to kind of play into my strengths.
What are some of those strengths?
I realized that like I'm a really good performer, and even though we can't perform in public right now, there are still ways to translate that. And that's what I learned through the Blue Room video and the Inner Circle, where it's like, no, people can still feel you if you're not in the room. And I thought back to that like Kendrick video where he did I think it was the Grammys. I remember how like impacted I felt by watching that video, and then it's just like, oh, like you can still feel through video. It's not just like, you know. So I decided to start doing more recorded performances and putting those out. So there will be like more Blue Room videos coming out, and just like connecting with my fans more. I've always liked talking to them, but now more than ever, you know? You really don't ever know what people are going through.
I feel it. But no, earlier, when I had asked you how has quarantine changed, you said to keep it on a lighter note. You can talk about it from a creative standpoint, but I want to go to a little bit deeper as far as like, a lot of people haven't had to stand this still ever, so you had to face a lot of things that you might have been happy houring away or just whatever it is that you were doing when everything was open. Now you just got to sit there and look yourself in the mirror.
Yeah.
And deal with that. So like, if it's not too awkward for you, like what was something that you had to really sit down and be like, damn, I've never actually noticed this up until now having to stand this still?
Dang, that's a great question. It's a deep question. What's something that I realized during quarantine that I had to kind of sit with?
Like for me, it was being addicted to being busy, like feeling like, oh, you can't really just chill. Like, why are you chilling right now? Like, there's so much you could be doing, yada, yada, yada. It's like, bro, you're in a pandemic. So like, wanting to shoot this entire series last year and be like, no, that's an excuse. Like, make it happen if you want to, or if you can't do that, you should be able to do this, da 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 da. It's like, bro, people are dying. Like, what are you talking about?
Yeah. It wasn't necessarily something that I learned, but something that I realized. Like, one thing that I kind of realized, and I want to say something that I learned because I think that that's a great question, but the only thing that's coming to my mind is like how I felt during when the protests and stuff were going on. What I realized is like, yo, I'm no good to anybody if I'm not good myself.
What do you mean?
Like, I remember, you know, a lot of my content, like, I have a lot of subject matter on that, like, on that topic, So like I expected to be the first person out there like protesting and being like on the forefront like on day one. And bro, like I was sad. I was sad as hell. Like I wanted to be there, but I was also scared, you know, like the world looked really crazy outside, you know? And like I remember feeling bad initially, like, yo, like I should be doing this and I should be doing that. Like why don't I feel up to being like on the forefront right now? And it was just like, yo, because you have feelings and you have emotions, you know what I'm saying? Like it was just so much going on in the world, and I shut down during that period. And you know, I had to heal and had to recuperate, and eventually, you know what I'm saying, I found myself out there, but I had to make sure I was good within before I tried to like spread that energy, you know?
And that was a lot to unpack.
Yeah.
We're in the middle of a global pandemic, having to stay home by law.
And people getting killed, you know? It's a pandemic and people dying in more ways than one, you know? I'm not fumbling.
But yeah,
like, this is a really...
I got a hot take-esque question.
What's up?
Do you feel like women are going to end up overtaking the fellas in the rap industry as far as being profitable brands, better music, and bigger fan followings?
Okay, that's a great question. I think that don't ask me a great question when you're doing that. I think women can sustain as like being like, you know, this energy that we have right now. I think that it can be sustainable, and I think that it can grow. Do I think that it can overtake men? I'd like to see it, honestly. I think that comes along with broadening. The range of women that we listen to. Because I think that right now there's like a specific sound that people are going towards, which is cool. But I think that once you can go to like female rap for like a range of emotions or a range, and there are female rappers that fit into all the different categories, but once they kind of get pushed to the mainstream, then it's like, what do we got to listen to y'all for?
It's true. You know? No, I feel like rap is an extension of branding and selling products. And women are like the number one consumers. Like you go into any store, it's going to be 25% floor space for men, and the rest is catered towards their female customers. Yeah. So in rap, I just feel like there's a lot more avenues for female rappers to just push whatever it is brand that they're going to be pushing in products. So at some point in time, someone's going to realize that and just capitalize.
I think they finally did realize it. Like I've always like, I've been a fan of rap. You know, like ever since I was a kid, and I always, as much as I liked it, I felt like women were kind of neglected, like in terms of like being catered to. Like, yeah, you make like the R&B single with the, you know, with the singing hook, and then you rap. Yeah. That'd be a song for the ladies. But it's like for a long time, they only let one female rapper shine at a time for over a decade, you know? And not to even say like that specific rapper, but like for a long time, it's like, okay, this is a hot female rapper, this is a hot female rapper, this is a hot female rapper. And for the first time, it's like, no, like they could do a freshman class of just female rappers now.
For real.
So I think that people finally realize that women like rap too. We really like rap.
And there's more topics being rapped about. There's more interest being shared. For example, Megan Thee Stallion with her whole anime campaign.
Yeah. Like we're multifaceted, you know what I'm saying? Like we're playing video games right now, you know?
Exactly. So I feel like you could be that. Like when you get up there, you like to post out for, yo, Shorty be playing games singing out what anybody's ass who wants to see it.
Yeah. No, I definitely think female rap, like, and I'm glad that, like, I think another thing that kind of changed is the fact that, like, at least from the outside looking in, a lot of these girls kind of are cool with each other. I think that kind of alleviates room for, like, you know, sometimes fans pit people against each other, and I think that was the female rapper issue for a time, even with, like, the most recent, like, you know, big female rapper beef. I feel like the fans perpetrated that. But I think that there was kind of like a turnaround where like the fans wanted to see everybody kind of get along, which I'm not, to be quite honest. I like rap being like a competition. Yeah, I like competitive rap, but at the same time, like beefing with somebody just because they're a woman is kind of whack.
Yeah.
So I like the fact that a lot of the women are cool, and like I thought it was just kind of like on a top level where it's like, you know, it could possibly just be a look, but nah, like I felt it. Like Tierra Whack definitely reached out to me, and she had nothing to gain from that, you know.
Just showing genuine love.
Yeah, she just showed love, like. You know, so I thought that was cool. Like Young Baby Tate reached out. Saweetie, you know, she
Baby
showed
G
love.
joint,
Yeah, so it's like they're actually like being genuine with that.
Let's get pressure on that boy.
Put some pressure on him. Put some pressure on him. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Ah! I'm so sorry. I was so loud. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Not to you, to her. Ooh. Ooh.
A few moments later.
This is by far the worst I've ever taken in video games. Like, it's not even close. I don't know what to say. No words, no excuses. It is what it is. I'm gonna have to get my game up. Good game. Thank you for coming on the show.
Thank you for having me.
This is our episode of Get to Know, featuring O Slice, brought to you by Ride Down 95 and Moose and Magic TV. I'm telling y'all think I'm not good at Madden, but like, she's really that official. So y'all gonna say whatever y'all gonna say. It is what it is. But I promise you, try your luck. She got the PSN. Lock in. See what happens.
Flows nice on PSN. Holla,
That way.
Holla at your girl.
And your Instagram,
Oh, my
Twitter.
Instagram is Flows Nice. My Twitter is O_Slice. And check me out. I got a lot of cool stuff.
Can you say your PSN again?
My PSN is Flows Nice. FLOWSNICE.
When I am blessed with a bundle of joy, if it's a girl and not a baby boy, I'll thank my God for such a gracious gift. I give him praise for making promise this first on the list. High self-esteem and confidence.